Hello, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to be talking about back to school etiquette tips. So, I have 5 etiquette tips that are really quick, but I think powerful, that could help make for a very successful school year. Are you ready? All right. Now, following these etiquette rules can just really help to create a very positive learning environment. So tip number 1 is to remember to raise your hand. Now, sometimes students get really excited and they want to just yell out the answer, but it doesn't really respect the other students who may have put a lot of thought into what they wanted to say and someone to yell out the answer. One of the tips that I share with my students as well as to teachers, and that is to use opportunity sticks, okay? And that's where you write the student's name on a stick and you call the names. That way, no one knows who's going to be called. It gives everyone the same equal opportunity because, we have those who raise their hand first and the teacher typically calls that student who raises his or her hand. So no one knows who's going to be called, so they all have to stay prepared. And then it allows everyone in the classroom to listen to the question. It also allows them to listen to the answer. Because sometimes you're in the classroom and the children are raising their hands. Nobody is really listening to the question that well. No one is really listening to the answer. What's happening? When a child or a person raises their hand when someone is asking a question or answering a question, they're busy thinking about what they want to say. So that really doesn't serve anyone. I'm sure you've heard people ask the same questions over and over and over again. And you're looking at them like they just said the answer, or they just asked the same question. Why are you saying the same or asking the same thing? Well, that's because they weren't listening. So let's make sure that we raise our hands so that we could be, or either wait to raise our hands so that we can hear the question. And then if the question or answer is not correct, then it's our opportunity to raise our hands if we're given permission to do so. Okay. Etiquette number 2 is respect your teacher's instructions. Okay. What that does, again, it creates a positive environment. It shows that you respect what she's teaching. If you have a question or a concern, parent or even student, that's a time to maybe afterwards ask, about your specific question. Parent, if you have a concern about something that's happening in the classroom, you could send a message, an email, a letter that's handwritten to the teacher, and I'm sure that they will respond. Okay. Number 3, listen when others are talking. Again, it shows courtesy. It shows courtesy. Because I know there's what we call sidebar conversation. Someone is speaking and we feel a certain way about what they said, or we have a comment that we want to make about what someone else has said. So we turn to a friend and we start talking. Well, what's happening is we're actually not showing respect to the person who's speaking, who's been given the opportunity to speak. Because if it was your turn, you would want someone to listen to you. So we want to make sure that we show courtesy. And it also allows everyone to feel heard. Okay, it's not a good feeling when you're answering a question, but you look out and you see everybody turn to their partners or turn to someone else just talking. And last, it prevents missed information. Okay, because if the person is discussing what I thought was important and I miss it, who wants to keep hearing this over and over again? So we need to listen so that we don't miss anything. And then number 4, take good care of classroom materials. That's from pencils, erasers, furniture, okay, things that happen in the classroom where you destroy it. Sometimes the parent may be required to replace those items. So we want to make sure that we take care of them so that we have, or the student has, what they need. Okay? Because if we break a desk, we break furniture, or we tear up pencils, then when it's time for us to use those materials, they're not available. okay? And then last, number 5, be kind and inclusive to classmates, okay? Simple gestures of just saying hello, including them on games and activities during recess. If we see a friend that's sitting alone, maybe joining them or inviting them over, okay? We want school to be a warm and welcoming place for everyone. So I hope that these 5 tips have been quite helpful. And if you're interested in any of our programs or you want more from the Elite School of Etiquette, then I would say visit our website at the Elite School of Etiquette. We also have a new line of products, and they really speak volume, not just for the brand, but they exude class, confidence, and like we say, we set the standard. So we're setting the standard in terms of etiquette attire, or things that you can carry so that you can be reminded to carry etiquette everywhere you go. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with our quote here at the Elite School of Etiquette, which is, "Great manners and dining skills will take you places that your friends and your family can't." All right, well, stay classy, stay confident, and I'll see you next time. Take care.